around us. See, we're all searching for love, but what is love? Love is a vibration, it's a frequency, it's pure energy. It's the source of success. With love, anything is possible. It has the power to shift the world. We've created a society of doers. So there's a lot of humans doing and not enough humans being. A lot of running around. What are we running from? Work, stress, anxiety, depression, avoiding responsibility. We've run so far away we don't even recognize ourselves. Let's stop running away and start moving toward our true desires. Which actions are we going to take in this present moment that brings us closer to our utopia? Ask yourself, where do I want to be? What do you want from your world? What type of experiences do you want to have? Most importantly, do you believe in yourself enough to achieve more love, financial freedom, deep connectivity, accountability, eliminate procrastination, defeat depression, break free from anxiety, a place where you can practice reaching your higher self, feeling free to evolve, a place to feel heard and appreciated, all with love and beautiful healing energy. Welcome to Love Plus Transformation. The body is the technology, but it seems we've lost the manual. What's going on? How we feeling? Let me know in the chat. How do we feel? Today is Saturday. Today is a good day for a great day. Before I can turn my camera on, I need you to show up for you. Before I turn my camera on, I need you to show up for you. Somebody put in the chat, I'm showing up for me. Let's get those cameras on. Let's go. Saturday isn't the day just to rest. It's the day that we could still be our best, right? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. All right, there we go. There we go. Somebody said I'm here. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. All right, cool. I'm gonna turn my camera on. So today we gonna get started, but before I even share the white screen, share the whiteboard or anything like that, what I'm going to do is pull a couple of you up and talk about your experience. Talk about your experience. Talk about your experience. Your experience with just seeing, okay, I came into a community expecting this, but I'm really getting that. And I want to know what that is. Like, what is it that you're getting that you did not expect to get once you came into this community, whether you came in from our program that we are currently having right now with See You at the Bank, or you came in from any other program. I want to know. So raise your virtual hand. Raise your virtual hand. I want to bring you up. Raise your virtual hand. I want to bring you up. Tamoa, are you going to run it with me as far as pulling people up?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Sunshine, you're there too, right? All right, cool. Y'all can alternate.
All right, Queen India, come on up.
Grand Rising, beautiful people. I wanted to say that I came, I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest, but what I do have is a renewed mind and a sisterhood. And I know yesterday I got a little emotional because I got in my own head and I let my vulnerability take over. But I had to take a step back and absorb everything that the guidance that you were giving and the accountability that you were telling us to take on ourselves. And after I got off of the Zoom, I had to go and huddle in my room for a little while. But I had to do that. I had to take it to God and leave it at his feet and cry about it and pray about it. And throughout that mist, I kept finding more and more peace. And I'm grateful for that, because I wasn't expecting that so much. I wasn't expecting the mindset part of it. But growing in spirituality and mentally for this, I want to say 3 years now, heavily, um have really been already altering my state of mind. But you guys allowed me to see a breakthrough.
Absolutely. Everybody send some love in the chat. Just so we know, this is part of the plan. It is part, your vulnerability didn't get the best of you. It's just part of the plan. Like you're meant to go through these things. You're meant to feel the pain of not getting to where you want to be or not being where you want to be. You're meant to go through that pain. And that pain is what elevates you. Right? On the other side of pain, there's always a reward for it. So please just understand that have gratitude for every situation that you're in, because it's helping you become a better you.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. So let's continue to go. Everybody send some love in the chat for India. Let's go. Who else we got coming up? Thank you, India. We appreciate it.
Hey, Erica coming up. Come talk to us, love.
Good morning.
Grand Rising, beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, I really don't know where to start. I just want to say thank you first for having this program, because I know there's like thousands and thousands of people out there like me that people always tell me, okay, you should be a CEO, you should be running a business, you should be doing all these different things. And when I look at myself, I'm like, well, how am I supposed to do that? And I thought that getting in this challenge would be the how. Like I would figure out exactly what path I needed to follow, where I was falling short, all those different things. But I got so much more than that. I felt like I was actually seen, heard, and understood, and I didn't even say a word. Especially when you were going through that guided meditation. I had never done anything like that before. And that took me, outside of myself. And I could actually see that my mind was not in the right place, because I always thought, you had to be completely debt free to be successful in business, when you can actually use debt to build your business. So once I started seeing those things, I started to think, outside the box, that, okay, well, maybe the business that I'm thinking about isn't the business that I need to do, because even though I'm good at it, I don't love it. So why would I put myself through that? Because for the past 22 years, I've been in an industry that I did not love, but I love the people that I work with. And you all just basically let me know that I didn't have to stay, in that place, that I can move, I can do whatever I want to do, as long as I put my mind to it, work hard. Well, not really, because the imagination is the piece where you don't have to work as hard. The implementation stage is where you're working the hardest and getting the least. So I want to be at that imagination stage, and you all have set the fire for that for me. And like I said, I'm grateful, and my prayer life has changed. I mean, you have no idea. It's almost like I feel like you're my friend now. Like I trust you. I believe everything that you all have told me, because everything that you said that I've tried, it is true. And I'm just grateful. I'm overwhelmed, but I'm grateful. Thank you so much for doing this.
Wow, absolutely. Everybody snap it up, clap it up, send some love to Miss Erica. And the thing is, some of y'all come up here and you say, I'm not really that, I can't really speak that well in front of people. Like everyone who is coming up, you're doing such an amazing job. This is also part of the practice. We want to put you in the game in real time and have you have this space to practice, right? Athletes, they have the gym, they got the court, they got the rink, they have places they can go to, they have the field, they have places they can go to practice. But for entrepreneurs, career professionals, where do we go? Where do we go? this is the place to do it. This is the place to let your vulnerability be heard and seen so that way you can show up as the greatest version of you. And even when you think that you aren't working, trust me, y'all, I'm guiding you and you're working. So thank you for allowing me to bestow upon you certain things that I've learned and have gotten me to where I am now. And I get to pass that along to you all. And I thank you for holding that space for me. Once again, everybody send some love in the chat for Erica. Great job, goddess. Next person, who we have coming up?
Queen Rachel. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, family.
Rachel, what's going on? 9:30 me 9:30, right, Rachel? What's going on? How you feeling today?
Good, good. So, for me, being in this program has literally changed my whole life and lifestyle. It is just amazing. The family that I have met in this program, even from you, Coach Crew, even from the directors. I mean, you guys are pushers, truly accountability partners. If there is a Zoom going on and I was unaware or forgot about it, somebody gonna shoot me and say, "Hey, Zoom, get on this Zoom." I had found out I was wasting a lot of time just talking on the phone, nonsense, just wasting a lot of time on nothing. So now the people around me can see the change in me. I no longer have time to waste sitting on the phone with you talking about nothing. I'm jumping on a Zoom. I'm trying to, stay in the community, getting information. Like if you ain't talking business, if you ain't talking about trying to, us going further, learning, um, just evolving, I don't have time for it. So I'm just so grateful to this community. It is a life changer, a lifesaver. And I mean, it's just amazing. It's just a blessing. It's a blessing.
Absolutely. I see you got a new background. Great job. Great job. The branding. Okay, Rachel Banks going to the bank. Everybody put the bank emoji in the chat. Great job, Rachel. But I want to say, as much as you pour into us and thanking us, I want you to thank you too, because you are the one doing the work. Yes, we are here to direct you and here to guide you. We'll take a little smidget credit, but for you, I want you to accept that because you did that. Everybody send some love in the chat. Who do we have coming up next?
King Charles, come talk to us, King Charles.
What up, family? I'm as I'm thinking about where I am now, I reflect. There's a friend of mine, Delano Johnson, wrote a book. He called it "Talented but Broke." Had skills, mad skills, but he's broke. Now I've had these skills. All my people have called me to ask me to speak, ask me to present. I do voice acting. I do all sorts of crazy things. But the thing about it is, I'm not afraid of failing. I got that down pat. But what I am afraid of is mad success. Let me say that one more time. Not afraid of failing. I can fail easy all day on my backstroke, hold my breath, whatever. Doesn't harm me at all to fail. But I'm terrified to be successful. See, when you become successful, you become responsible. See, you no longer can procrastinate. You no longer can lean back. You no longer got to think, well, I can't do this, and I wouldn't see. No, see that goes away, and now you're on the limelight. I'm thinking about. I was at a National Speakers Association meeting, which I'm a member of, and during one of the breaks, I was sharing with one of the seven-figure earners about all these people have all these talents and skills. They got credentials, and I don't have any of that. And he says, "Forrest, you don't understand. It's in your voice." I've been called upon to use my voice. Sometimes I'm called James Earl Jones 2.0. Luke, I am your father. Don't make me destroy you. I can do this thing. However, Dr. Willie Jolly, my now mentor, Toastmasters International, says he's one of the top 5 speakers in the world for 5 years running. He's my mentor now. And he told me, Forrest, you got the talent and the skill, but you don't have the systems. The business system. Now, you got to understand, I'm the type of guy that only puts maybe $5 in the collection plate of the church, so I'm not going to spend that type of money on me, because I'm going to spend it on you. Except all of a sudden, I'm sitting here, and Joy I thought she's going to come out and say, 5,000, 4,500. She hit me with 10. I fell out the seat. All my teeth almost fell out. I said, oh, God, Jesus, what? Oh, I know she didn't say 10,000. But then all of a sudden, it occurred to me. Now, see, my master has given me these gifts, And the most terrifying thing that I could think of is to stand before my maker at the end of time. And he asked me, Forrest, what did you do with the skills and talent I gave you? You remember that? You remember that servant with the one talent? You remember the three and you're five and you remember the two? Those guys double A's. You got that. But that one guy, see, what you don't understand, a talent of silver was a weight of money. It was equivalent to a year's salary. He paid the guy a year in advance of doing it in advance, based on the skills that he knew he had given that guy, and that guy buried his. He called him wicked. You remember the word like wicker basket? It means twisted. The brother got it twisted. He accused him of being a hard master and all those types of things. And all of a sudden, it terrifies me to stand before God and tell him that I did absolutely nothing. I'm terrified. And so when I looked at standing before the terrified God and standing before that 10,000, that was an easy decision to make. Pay the 10, fool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm invested in me because I'm ready to launch. I worked with the federal government for 46 years. I've been an engineer all of my life. I currently work for the VA. I work for the Air Force. I work for the Department of Navy. I'm making six figures now, crazy money. But see, I had become a slave to the check because I was afraid of going out on my own. So here's the deal now. If you're going to jump into deep water, you might want to learn to swim. If you're going to jump into deep water that's high and you can stand in, you might want to learn to swim before you jump. And so that's what the $10,000, because I know I'm going to jump into deep water. I know that. I'm crazy like that. But I might want to learn to swim. So I'm invested in the money so I can learn to swim. And when I start to swim, y'all, I'm going to swim hard and fast. I'm going to be the baddest swimmer that you've ever seen in your life. So that's why I'm here. And Joy has turned me on to the idea of the mindset mogul, y'all, who's firing me up this morning. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start because, see, I want to retire from the federal government. I want to stop working for Massa. I didn't say that out loud, did I? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
You're supposed to put your mic on mute right there. You're supposed to put the mic on mute.
Right there. I'm sorry. I mentioned I'm working for Mr. Culpepper. Oh God. Oh my God. I can't believe I said that too. But see, most of y'all, when I hear you talk about being introverted and being shy and being that canine, you don't understand. God, just like that servant, has already paid you. So if you don't do something with it, you're going to have to stand before him and give an account. I'm just telling you, I don't want to put any pressure on you at all. But see, you've already, when you were born, see, God spoke about you in the beginning. When he got in the beginning, you were already created in his mind. See, you were just born later. You already have gifts. And so it will be a travesty of heaven itself if you do not do something with the gifts you have been given. I'm not going to stand before my master and have to make an excuse, y'all. The line starts here. The rest of y'all can, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate and love you guys so very much. You guys are a joy to be with. Y'all have a good day. You're here? Okay.
Absolutely. Everybody send some love in the chat. Look, don't get me fired up today because I'll turn it up into the mosque for the moguls. I'll take us to the church for the entrepreneurs. I'll start stomping on the devil right now. Don't get me started in here, okay?
Oh, my mule.
Erica was like, yeah, take us there. Take us. I want to see that. Yeah, I understand.
Thank you.
Everybody send some love in the chat. So once again, what is showing to us? What is showing up to us? Well, what's showing up in plain sight is that you are being fruitful every time you participate in your life. If your assignment is to be fruitful, most of us, that's just how we feel. That's why we give and give. But isn't it time to receive? Like, the fruit is not just the garden. The fruit is also the gardener, right? When you think about it, you don't just serve people without serving yourself because you're also people. When you say I'm a people pleaser, but you don't please yourself, something's not adding up. We spoke about yesterday and we spoke about it throughout this week, and it's life that we have. It's mathematical, and we have to give ourselves permission. So once again, let's revisit that. What are we giving ourselves permission to do? Now that you're here, what are we doing now? Now that you're in this space, because you giving yourself permission on Monday, that's a different version of you. I don't even think anyone is the same now that you were Monday. I don't think so. Let me know in the chat. Even if you've been here already, I still think that you started on Monday and today is Saturday, and literally you're a different being, right? I think you're a different being. So what are you giving yourself permission to do? Let's write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Take a moment to write this down, ladies and gentlemen. What are you giving yourself permission to do? Very important that you write this down. Very important. It is paramount, okay, that you write this down. I'm going to do Blackboard today. What are the issues that we have that we're facing? Let me know in the chat. As soon as you finish, you should be able to participate in the chat. What are you giving yourself permission to do? Let's see. Let me see some of the answers. Let me get this right here. Okay. All right. So I got the chat. Let me see. Giving yourself permission to do what? To do what? Change. I see change. I see thrive. I see free. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. But let's put more details into it. Let's put more details into it. So one of the problems that I've seen from new entrepreneurs, individuals making 5 figures, stepping into that 6-figure realm, or people who are struggling to get to that 7-figure, whether you're an entrepreneur, career professional, coach, agency owner, it doesn't matter. The way you do one thing is how you do everything. So I understand that we operate in principles, right? So one of the things that we do is we don't put a lot of detail. Wait a minute. I'm about to get to some people. We don't put a lot of detail into what we're doing. Think about it. We ask you money goals and you just say a random number. Why? Tell me why. How much is your expenses? Like what are your expenses? Let me know in the chat. Like you have to actually know these things. If you don't have an idea, just make it up. Because if you're not planning, you're planning to fail. We understand that. Even though life doesn't go according to plan, it goes according to vision. Some of us are stuck right now where we're at because we haven't actually taken the time to renovate, innovate, and y'all know the rest, collaborate. Okay? Innovate, collaborate. So renovate, innovate, collaborate. This is what we're going to be focusing on. When we say we give ourselves permission, what are you giving yourself permission to do? What are you giving yourself permission to do? We need to be renovating. Okay, what are we going to renovate? The way that we speak, the way that we think. Our speaking abilities. Why would this be important? Let me know in the chat. Why would this be important? Why would this be important? As y'all let me know in the chat, I'm going to read from what you posted before. Let me know in the chat. Okay, cool. To convey your vision, to expand on what you want, to add clarity. Okay, good. Right? When it comes to renovating, it's not only just renovating the beliefs that you have. It's also renovating the way you speak. Because if you change what you say, you change what you see. What you speak is what you seek. That's why. So we first need to change that, what we speak, because what we speak is what we seek. Okay. This is why sometimes we find things. Oh, I knew. How many of you put a one in the chat if this is you? You had a thought of something going wrong and it did. You had a thought of something going wrong and it just did. And then your response was this. In fact, I'm not even gonna say the response. I'm gonna show you how much we are alike. You put your response in the chat right now. When you had a thought of something going wrong and it did, what's your response? Yep, there we go. I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, because we did what? Even though in our minds we were speaking, because you don't need your mouth to just to speak. You can speak to yourself in your mind, right? So you can use your mind to do this. At the same time, your mind is seeking what you speak. This is why we do affirmations. This is why we do meetings in the business, because we want to set the table. So what I want you to do going forward is plan. Somebody put plan in the chat. You must start creating a plan. Your plan. What is your plan? Okay, you want to make 5 figures, you want to have better relationships, you want better time management. What is it that's holding you back right now? We need to create a plan of action. Well, I have the plan of action for you. This is the method that you're going to use to always know your next steps. Somebody put the method in the chat. The RIC formula, somebody put the method in the chat. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I'm just going to give you a baseline of understanding so that way you could use this going forward. All right. So being able to renovate, innovate, collaborate, the one thing I want you to do is plan. So what is your plan going to be? What is your plan going to be? We mentioned to you before that we got these four levels of value, right? We have these 4 levels of value. What's your money goal? We said it before. We said, I'm just going to use the arbitrary one. Let's just use the 1 million, right? So the money goal is 1 million. Money goal 1 million. All right, cool. Let's get to it. So most of us, the issue that we have into running into creating $1 million is because we don't have a plan around how to get to the $1 million. Yeah, we're speaking about it. Yeah, we're hopefully seeking it, right? Because we're speaking about it. So subconsciously things are popping up, mentorships, opportunities, but there's no plan. So you get into a mentorship, you get into a community, you get homework or you get course material, and then a course material does what? Let me know in the chat. The course material does what? It sits in your email collecting dust, or it sits on your portal not used, right? Let's be honest. How many of you got course material right now where you got 10% of it completed, you got 15% of it completed? Let's be honest about it, because I know where you're at. So I want to help you go from where you're at to where you want to be. And the way that we're going to close that gap is if you're honest about where you're at right now. And most of us are not planning. So when we go to this goal of making $1 million, cool, we got to break it down into segments. First of all, remember when we said the first level of value is what? Implementation. The second level of value is what? Unification. Third level, communication. Fourth level, what did Erica say? Imagination. I know there's always truth in the movies and lies in the news. And SpongeBob had this meme and he just kept doing imagination. And I don't know if y'all really know SpongeBob or not, but it used to be the show that used to come on, SpongeBob SquarePants. And he always used to do imagination and a little rainbow would pop up. And to me, there's always hidden gems. Like if you go back and you watch movies, Disney movies for children, as an adult, it's almost as if the movie is for you as an adult. But as a kid, how the heck did you understand it, right? So there's certain things in it that kind of go over your head. So there's certain things that's happening in life right now that's kind of went over your head. You came to class, you got the information, but some of those things have gone over your head. If that's you, put that's me in the chat. Like you got so much information, you got so much valuable nuggets and gems that were dropped on you that you can utilize to go to another level. but some of it just kind of went over your heads. Like, I don't know what to do with that. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Let me know in the chat. Feeling overwhelmed. So the way to end some of that overwhelm, once again, is to plan. So let's plan out. So when you think about it, anytime you get into this space, I'm letting y'all know right now, this is not an overnight success. You're going to have to work for some years to become successful overnight. That's just how it goes. So please understand what I'm putting down, pick up. I'm giving you the blueprint right now to be able to renovate, innovate, collaborate, and transform your life. You're not going to do it alone. So end that discussion now. If you feel like you're going to do it alone, end that discussion now. If you feel like you're going to do it for free, end that discussion now. It's not going to happen. I promise you. Everything in life is free, but you pay for how it's packaged and delivered. If you want to run around on YouTube, you want to scramble around and piece information together and hopefully make something work, maybe do that. If you want the real blueprint and the direction, okay, we're locked in. Somebody say, put me in the game, coach. Somebody say, put me in the game, coach. Let me know in the chat. Somebody say, put me in the game, coach. All right, cool. So renovate, innovate, collaborate. You got a plan. So first of all, let's get to the plan. Then we're going to get to your accountability, because discipline and consistency is what's truly stopping us from going from implementation to imagination. Be honest in the chat. Let me know if that's you. If consistency has been a downfall for you, if consistency has been a plague for you, if consistency has been something you've been struggling with, if time management is something that you've been struggling with, the devil has been knocking on your door. I want you to put it in the chat. Okay. So the idea is to start the plan so you don't get overwhelmed and get discouraged. So when we say we got a goal for $1 million, we want to make it simplified. The first year is a year of implementation. Year one, write this stuff down. Year one, this is a 3 to 4 year plan, y'all. You're not going to get super successful overnight. Some people can. You could get lucky. That's flash in the pan. That can happen. I'm not saying it can't. I'm saying with a detailed plan, you'll have a better chance to getting there. Year one is implementation, whatever the business is. Ideally, we want you to buy a business. Right? Ideally, we want you to buy a business, because buying a business is better than building a business. But if you're in a position right now where you need to collect cash and you need to build a business, then that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a business, because we do that too. All right. So year one is year of implementation. So write that down in your notes. Year one, you should be implementing. Year two is all about unifying. Once you've implemented the strategies, you now know, okay, what do I need help with? How can I help myself get more? Hold up, y'all. I usually get distracted when I hear those people off mute. So I'm gonna mute everybody. All right, cool. Y'all can hear me now, right? All right, cool. So let's get back to it. So now when you do the implementation, that first year, you're looking to see what exactly do I need to put in place to at least start to attract some cash, attract some abundance. And then once you have a system that starts working and you feel, okay, I need to duplicate myself in this area, or I need help in this area, then you start to unify. So you hire other people, or you partner with other people somehow, some way. That's that entire year. Year three, it's about communication. This is where you're stepping into a new level of money, right? And then year four, you're going to start to get paid just by having your ideas and allowing people around you to work with you and for you. And then you're going to be able to go ahead and get to that $1 million. So when it comes to financially, the first year we're looking at 50K. Sounds doable, right? We just want to get to 50K. Somebody put 50K in the chat. So you have a goal of $1 million. Break your goals down into 4 years, 3 to 4 years. Do not rush this. Some of you have been at the job for 10 years. So going from where you're at with your base salary or your commission from 10 years at your corporate job or your regular place of employment, or whatever, how you look at it, your entrepreneur business. If you've been making $100,000, cool, and you've been working that business for 10 years, that's dope. We're going to become more effective in less time and be able to get to that $1 million mark within 4 years. I say that's quick. I'll say that's quick. If it took you 10 years at your job right now and you currently get $100,000 a year, that's cool. But if you can make $1 million in 4 years, Would you trade that? Would you trade the 100,000 for the 4 years, $1 million in 4 years? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Like, you already spent 10 years making 100,000. If it's only gonna take you 4 years to make $1 million, I think I'm good with that. If it's only gonna take me 4 years to make $1 million, I think I'm cool with that. So we want to break it down. $50,000 would be our goal for year number 1. Year number 2, we want to look to double it, but I think if we can hit 50K, I'm quite sure by unifying, bringing 2 other people in, we're going to be able to nearly triple that, right? And then be able to make $200,000. Now, I'm going to give you the blueprint to how to actually do all of this, but I'm just showing you how easier it becomes and more obtainable it becomes when you start to break these things down. Now, the next year, we're looking at a half a mil, 500, and then year 4, we're stepping into that M. Year 4, we're gonna step into the M. Makes sense? Let me know if it makes sense so far. Let me know if it makes sense so far. So whatever your goals are, this is what you should be doing right now. Because I'm quite sure most of us are not doing this, and this is one of the reasons why we fail. So we want to break this down. All right, cool. As I mentioned before, we could add affiliate links. So I have a PDF, and I think I might give that to everybody today. I think I might give that to you all. The Foundational 5, where you can add multiple streams of income to your business. And usually you can do this just by affiliate. So you don't have to manage. You don't have to, well, you do have to manage your relationship, but you don't have to fulfill on the business. Okay. So one of those businesses that you can add, y'all know what I'm gonna say. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What's one of those businesses? So yesterday I explained this, and I'll explain it again. So we want to attach a funding company, any business, I'm telling you right now, any business that you have, and if you're an entrepreneur, if you're some sort of coach, if you're some sort of online presence, if you have some sort of business where you're teaching people, add funding to your business. You do not have to be a funding specialist. You strategically partner with someone. Strategically partner with someone, okay? So what I would say is this: if you partner with somebody like me, first of all, you could partner with me. I'll leave that option open for you all. You can partner with somebody like me, where basically I'm helping you white label your system, right? Y'all familiar with the white label? My team handles the work. You just bring the client. So that's basically what I do. I supply the client. My team handles the work. And I'll say, give me 2%. Sometimes it's 3%. Sometimes it's 3%. I say, give me 2% of 100,000. Right now, we're getting people access to 250,000. Right now, we're getting people access to 250,000. But I'm just using this number so that it's easy math for you. So get access to 2% on 100,000. I'm just going to make 2,000 for every client. As I mentioned before, we want to make this simple. Do you think that you can get 2 clients a month? I believe you can. I believe you can. If you have social media, I believe you can. So you get 2 clients a month. What is that? 4,000. Now, if I get 2 clients a month, that's 4,000. But let's times that. Let's times that by 12. How much is that? Put the answer in the chat. Put the answer in the chat. 4,000 times 12. Put the answer in the chat. Let me see if y'all following along. Put the answer in the chat. So 4,000 times 12, I'm going to get 48,000 per year. What did we say the first goal was? So while we're implementing on the business, this is what's going to help us get an influx of money. This is where we start to become more effective in less time. But if we don't plan this out, we just start running around with this, and then we start having another business. How many of y'all are serial entrepreneurs where you got this business over here, you got this business over here, you got that business that you're running, and now you're just running out of time all over the place? You feel like you only got -3% of time for your own self. Let me know if that's you. Let me know if that's you in the chat. So we want to stop doing that. We don't want to have so many different businesses that we have to fulfill and manage. We just want to be able to get checks by providing services. And the service that I want to provide is lead generation. So this is where you start to become a lead gen, where, and we can show you too how to get leads. That's pretty much, that's not hard at all. But right here, I want to express to you, we already made 40,000. If you run the business yourself, you could make way more money. So let's just put a number out there. You charge 8%. You charge 8% times 100,000. So you get your clients funded, right? You're gonna get 8,000. That's cool. That's not bad. Times, let's say you only got one client a month. How much is that? Times 12. 8,000 times 12. One client a month. One client a month. Let me know in the chat. Get one client a month. 48 plus 48. You one client a month. You get 96,000. Did we meet our goals? Did we meet our year one goals? If this was you just implementing on your business and you just had a funding company, did you meet your goals just by having one client a month? That seemed doable, right? That seemed doable. But remember, I'm giving you the lowest of lowest numbers. I'm giving you the lowest of lowest numbers. All right, cool. So as we continue to grow, we can see that next year we have to unify people. So if I hire somebody, if I'm hiring somebody, if I'm saying, hey, if you bring me your clients, I can give you $1,000 or $500 or whatever the case may be. If you bring me a client, I give you 1,000, 500, or you could just hire other people to help you duplicate this. Imagine you hired 2 other people to help you duplicate this process. So 96K times 3. 96,000 times 3. I'm just showing you for the next level, and then after that, we're moving on. So, all right, cool. First year I made 96,000. I reinvest the money into the business. You always want to reinvest the money. A lot of times as entrepreneurs, especially newbies, you're not reinvesting the money. You're spending the money on trips. You're spending the money on other things, liabilities. You want to reinvest the money every time. Every time. Maybe you get 20%, 10% of what you earn, but 30% max. We following? Let me know in the chat if we're following so far. Let me know in the chat. I see a lot of cameras off. I know it's Saturday. I know you got the bonnets on. I get it. But let me know if we're following. We still got to show up. It's 2025. You got to show up for yourself. All right? Cool. So once we make the money, all right, we hire 2 other people. That's 3 times the output. 3 times 96. 3 times 96. $1,000. 3 times 96K. What's that? 3 times 96. Put the answer in the chat. Put the answer in the chat. Okay, there we go. I see y'all. So now we make 288K, and literally that's how many clients? 36 clients a year. That's 36 clients a year, and we made 288. Tell me if that makes sense. Tell me if that makes sense or not. Tell me if that makes sense. So you could already see how we're going to climb up the ladder, right? We could already see how we're going to climb up the ladder. And then you just keep duplicating the process. But what I'm demonstrating here is that you could do it one of 2 ways. You could just add the funding company to your business as an affiliate, or you could just go ahead and run it as a full-time business. Just get one client, like literally. Now, the other thing is this. When we talk about renovate, innovate, collaborate, before you can even get to all of these implementation, unification, communication, imagination, there's certain things that you must be able to do. There's certain things that you must be able to do. While we're still in this renovation process, because that was just me showing y'all how to make a plan, right? That was just me showing you how to make a plan. Renovate, innovate process, you have to now see the negatives versus the notifications. All right, give me some negatives. What are we seeing in business? Like, what are you experiencing in your business right now that could be a negative? What are you experiencing right now in your business that could be a negative? No leads, no clients, no funding, decline in sales. Okay, so utilizing this entire strategy is going to allow you to increase your sales and be able to get clients. So no clients. Let's go with no clients for right now. Let's just put no clients over here. No clients. That's the negative, right? But what's the notification? If you have no clients, what's the notification? Because that's, it's cool to see that we got no clients. That's cool. Like I see that. That's it's a negative. But what's the notification? I like that. It's a couple other things. So we said you said we need to do more marketing. So let's put more marketing. More marketing. Okay, I like that. So what if you just was marketing and literally just, you made a lot of content? Because I know some of you already market. I know you market already. How many of you put a lot of content out and you get like 100 likes, 100 views? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Okay, let's separate it this way. If you already do marketing, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't do marketing, put a 2 in the chat. I want to specify. Some of you already do marketing. You're unaware of the marketing that you do. Sometimes you do marketing that tell the clients, no, don't choose me. Some of you do marketing that tells the clients, don't choose me. By not doing marketing, you also say, don't choose me. If nobody knows you, they can't flow you. The quickest way for somebody to not do business with you is if they forget about you or they just don't even know you. Make sense? Tell me if it makes sense in the chat. So, okay, cool. So it's not really that we need more marketing. More marketing is good, but we need to learn how to acquire clients. So the notification is I need to learn how to. This is going to be big right here. Learn how to. If you go on YouTube, right? If you go on YouTube and type in how to's are the most search prefixes in the most, how would you say, is the most prefixed search terms, right? Before you get to the actual thing that people are looking for, it's the most thing that's used in search. They put how to, and all you have to use is to attract clients, how to get clients, right? How to attract clients, how to get clients, whatever the lingo that you choose. So anytime you do not know, right, versus one of the negatives versus the notifications, I want you to now implement this ideology. Learn. Anytime you do not have a result, you must do what? Anytime you don't have the desired result that you are looking for, what must you do? Same way when you go on YouTube and you want to learn how to do something, you have to have the how to. Same way we want to have a prefix to learning, or to searching, we have a prefix to discovering, and that's to learn. Okay, so we definitely want to learn, and that's what we're doing today. We're learning. So anytime you don't have a way to get something, don't be down on yourself. Don't look bad at yourself or speak negatively. Just learn. And the way that you do that is by acquiring mentors, accountability partners, strategic partners, coaches, people that you can learn from, people that you can grow with. Make sense? Let me know it makes sense in the chat. So what other negatives do we have? What other things are we seeing as a negative? Okay, I know some of us see this as a negative. Family, they don't believe in you. How many of you have family that don't believe in you? You want them to believe, you want them to help out with the business, you want to involve them, but they just don't get it. And I'm talking about family and friends. So let's make sure that's clear, because we do have those friends who, yeah, yo, I don't know. Okay, family and friends who don't help. What's the notification on it? Instead of looking at it as a negative, what's the notification? Let me know in the chat. What's the notification? Instead of looking at it as a negative, what's the notification? Somebody said prove them wrong. What else? Somebody said get new friends. April not playing. She said, look, I'm getting new people. If you don't believe in me, I'm getting new people. The notification is do better. Do better. And do you. So this idea that you have in your mind is not their idea. So another reason why we are failing at our businesses is because we keep bouncing our ideas off people who are not seeing the vision. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I think I might touch a nerve on this one. All right, I think I might touch a nerve on this one. All right, cool. So we must start to see the negatives versus notifications. So now we start to renovate, innovate, collaborate. So we understand first, we give ourselves permission. We have to give ourselves permission to create a plan, right? What we see, change what we see, change what we say so we can change what we see, because what we speak is what we seek. We understand that. We start to get in alignment with our assignment. Also, we understand that negatives versus notifications is huge, because I could see myself not having any money, but that's just the way that I'm looking at it negatively. If I saw my negatives as notifications, it would help me. So I don't have the money. So if you don't have the money, what would you do if you don't have the money? Because somebody said funding, right? No money. What must you do? Okay, go get money, but let's remember, are we following the blueprint here? If I don't have any money and I'm going out to get money and I go spend 8 hours at the job, or I'll go spend 40 hours at the job a week, and I'm still not making the money that I want to make, then what must I do? So it's not just go get money. That's why I say that the dollars are in the details. You must be detailed. You must be detailed, right? You could borrow all you want, but I want you to learn how to get the type of money that you want. I want you to learn that. So one of the ways that you're going to be able to get the money that you want, write this down, make sure y'all write this down. So negatives versus notifications, that's going to be huge, especially in your relationships. Like when you have relationships, whether it's platonic or romantic, and you find out your partner is not doing what you want them to do, or your friend or whatever, you must look at what you're doing, right? You must look at what you're doing, and you must see the notifications in it. Somebody said get new friends. Yeah, that might be the choice. You might need to get new friends. You might need to move on. But what I want you to do now is I want you to innovate how you do things. I want you to innovate how you do things. One of the things I want you to innovate is your RGAs versus your MWAs. Who knows what this means? Who knows what this means? Let me know in the chat. What's RGAs? Put RGAs in the chat. What does RGA stand for? What does MWA stand for? Oh, the chat got quiet. Okay. RGAs is revenue generating activities. So revenue generating activities. MWAs. What does MWA stand for? All right, we're getting ready to close up shortly, y'all. I'm gonna come to a point. All right, so minimum wage activities. Minimum wage activities. What are you doing that's the revenue generating activities? What are you doing that's bringing in the money? What are you doing that's slowing up the money? So for example, give me a list of minimum wage activities. Give me a list of minimum wage activities. Give me a list of minimum wage activities. The activities that you are doing right now that's not directly producing money or like directly giving you advantage to produce money. Somebody say email. Right, going through your emails. That's a minimum wage activity, but you might need to do that depending on where you're at in your business. You might need to do that. So maybe we're confused, right? I see some people putting no money in the chat. Let me make sure I specify. RGAs are things that you do that generates money. Selling, speaking, connecting, being in mentorship. This is RGAs. Why? Because revenue generating activities. Things that you're doing that's going to actually bring in money. Marketing, bringing in money. Content creation, bringing in leads. Leads generate revenue. So it could be slightly indirect, but then when you think about minimum wage activities, it's all the other things that's in your way, stopping you from getting to where you want to be. Cooking is minimum wage activity. Cooking. It's why when you go to the restaurant and the person that you're waiting on, they get tips. Well, how much you get tipped? $10 maybe, 20 if you're lucky. But these are minimum wage activities. Going to the grocery store, minimum wage activity. You doing your own video editing, minimum wage activity. How many of y'all spend an hour, 2 hours on your video content? And then when you post it, you only get 5 likes and it's like, damn, I feel like I wasted my time. Yeah, minimum wage activity. At some point, that will become a better activity for you, but for right now, it's not. So we want to limit the minimum wage activities. One of the best things you can do is, once again, learn. This is one of the best things you can do. Because when you learn, you earn. The more you learn, the more you earn. But you have to start implementing them with the RGA system. So in my community, I give you the tips and the tools and the tricks that allow you to be more effective in less time so you can renovate, innovate, collaborate, so you can go from minimum wage activities to RGAs, so that way you can produce the income that you truly want. But first, you must renovate who you are. You must change the beliefs. You must change the habits that you have. You must see difficulty differently. You must operate in a new fashion, because money is a receipt for the value that you provide. Money is a receipt for the value that you provide. The more you learn and implement, the more you earn. So let me stop sharing my screen. Let me stop sharing actually, real quick, I'm gonna just go to collaborate really fast. I don't want to spend too much time on that. When it comes to collaboration, most of you are already doing it, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. It's just that we're doing it without first getting the other two. So if you collaborate without getting these other two first, then you're gonna feel like you've just got a bunch of contacts in your phone. You ever go to a networking meeting and you meet people, you got the contact, you got the friendship, but guess what? It's like, damn, I don't forgot who this person was, or I never really hit them up afterwards. You don't went to all these events, you got all of these contacts, but you don't even know what to do with these people. You don't even know how to categorize them. But during the moment, you was doing your thing, networking, you was out there smiling, you was connecting with people. But that happens when you don't have these two. But everybody already knows how to do this, but I want to give y'all a blueprint on how to do that. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna show y'all next week. I'm not gonna do it today. Show y'all next week. But when it comes to collaborating, you want to collaborate with somebody who is someone who is already doing what you want or who is aspiring to do what you're doing right now, who's somebody just like you. So either you want to network up or you want to network across, right? There's somebody who is already doing what you're doing. You want to network with them. Like for somebody like you all, right? You're here on this class to network with me so you can get this information and be able to change your situation for future generations. Make sense? Put make sense in the chat. Make sense in the chat? But make sense. Ruby White, I want you to tell me what clicked for you just now. Tell me what clicked for you. So get ready. I want to bring you up. Tell me what clicked for you. So you want to connect with people who are already doing what you want to do. That's why I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to learn more. If you want to learn more, put I want to learn more in the chat. If you want to learn more, put I want to learn more in the chat. Hopefully this was helpful for you all. I know some of you are, you probably still in the bed. And so for you, you just kind of halfway hearing it. You got your bonnet on, you got your robe on, you smelling good, looking good, but we got to get the mind right too. Yeah, we got to get the mind right too. So what I want y'all to do going forward is this. Anytime we have these classes, show up. Show up fully like how I'm showing up for you. Show up for yourself. Where's Ruby? Ruby White, I want to know what clicked for you. And I want to offer y'all an opportunity to learn a little more. Raise your virtual hand, Ruby. Is she still here or she left? She's hiding, right? Because I put her on the spot. All right, I'll come back to you later, Ruby. I get it. I understand. Ruby, like, no, I'm here, but I just don't know how to turn the camera on. What's up, Ruby? Send Ruby a request to unmute.
Hi.
What's up, Ruby? How we feeling?
Great. I'm great on
Good,
this
good.
wonderful day.
Good. Tell us what clicked for you.
Well, I was sitting here and all of a sudden, I live out in the country. So most of what everybody does, I'm listening and they're doing things like from a city perspective, and I do things from a country perspective. And being in a rural area, it just clicked. It's like, oh, I know how to click in and do things differently because I have a farm and I have chickens and things on the property. And my ultimate goal is to make this a country bed and breakfast, but at the same time, it's a healing place because I'm a retired pastor. So for me, everything was like, oh, you know what? Let's just make this more marketable for people who need to come out here at Amazing Grace to be able to experience the country and market, not just marketing myself, but changing how I see myself in this realm that I'm in this space. And I don't know how to exactly, I can see it in my head.
Wait, hold on. I want you to stay right there. That's where I come in at to help you. Because you're
Okay.
getting ready to null and void everything you just said. So I want to stop you before you do that. The key thing is what you said. You need to change the way you see yourself. That is the key. The key thing and what's stopping us from getting to where we want to be is because we don't feel like it. Hold up, I'm about to show you right now. How many of us real in our hearts, we want to collect $1 million? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to collect $1 million. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like you don't deserve it, or you feel like you're not that person yet, or you feel like, I'm not quite there. Put a 2 in the chat if that's you. Like if you put a 1 in the chat and you say you want the $1 million, put a 2 in the chat if you say, damn, I want the $1 million, but I just don't feel like I'm there yet. That is it. That's the reason why you don't get the $1 million, because life is a reflection of you. So if internally you disbelieve, then externally you won't see it. So you're hitting on it, but that's why I'm here for you. So the idea is to change how you see the business. So, okay, cool. This may be a great relaxing environment, but for somebody who's from a busy city, they may need this. Do you need to get away so you can relax and get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, the grind? What if you just had time just to spend with your family and loved ones? In fact, what if you had time to spend with yourself? What could that do for you? What could that do for the people around you? Most importantly, what could it do for your business? It can do everything. And you can go down the list of what it is, right? And be able to help them be able to see the value in what it is that you have. So 100% yes, Ruby, but write it down. This is how you're gonna get clear on it. Write it down, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem. Everybody send some love in the chat. Send some love in the chat. If y'all need help with figuring out who's your avatar or figuring out how to make the offers, let me know in the chat. I want to give y'all a free PDF that would allow you to flush this out and really be diligent on this. So what I want to offer y'all today is I want to offer y'all an opportunity to learn some more. Some of y'all put learn more in the chat. I have a 5-day cash flow boot camp coming up. This is starting on January 13th, which is my birthday. I don't usually disclose my birthday because I don't celebrate it, but I'm doing it today. I'm not celebrating yet, but what I'm saying is if you want to learn more, you want to grow more, I'm giving you an opportunity to do it with my brothers, along with myself and my team. Okay, we're going to walk you through a process of how to collect cash. We're going to walk you through a process of turning your annual income into your monthly income by creating your cash flow. Somebody put cash flow in the chat. Somebody put cash flow in the chat. So if y'all want me to drop the link, first of all, I'm gonna share the screen. If y'all want me to drop the link, tell me to drop the link. If y'all want to learn more, first of all, how much has this whole 5-day been worth to you? You've been seeing me for 5 days or you've been seeing me for 5 months. Just let me know how much the information is valuable to you. We already gave you the blueprint. If your money goals are 100,000 and you currently make 50,000, what's costing you to stay the same is 50,000. It's costing you 50,000 to stay the same. All right. So let me know if y'all want me to drop the link. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Anybody who purchases this 5-day